For today's video, I'm going to show you how to shoot in manual mode, step by step. I'll keep it simple, and by the end, you'll understand exactly what you're doing and why. Now, why shoot in manual mode at all? It's simple. It gives you full control. You get to decide exactly how the photo looks instead of letting the camera guess for you. There are three things we need to talk about first: shutter speed, aperture, and ISO. These are the settings that control how your image looks and also dictate how you expose. Shutter speed is how long your sensor is exposed to light. A fast shutter speed freezes motion but lets in less light, and the slower one lets in more light but it can blur movement. Aperture is how wide your lens opens. A wide aperture lets in more light and gives you that soft, blurry background. And the narrow one lets in less light but keeps more of the image in focus. And ISO is how sensitive your camera is to light. If there's not enough light, you can raise the ISO, but the higher you go, the more noise or grain you get. So it's a good habit to keep ISO as low as possible, and these three work together. Once you understand what they do, the rest is just about balancing them based on what kind of photo you want. Before we move on, there's one more thing that ties all of this together: exposure. You'll hear that word a lot in photography, but all it really means is making sure your photo isn't too bright or too dark. That's it. Most cameras have a built-in light meter, and when you look through the viewfinder or screen, you'll usually see a little scale that helps you judge if your settings are too bright, meaning overexposed, or too dark, underexposed. In manual mode, you use your settings to move that exposure level into the right place. The key is knowing how to get there. So, here's how I think about it when I'm out shooting. I just ask myself one thing: what matters more in this photo, speed or aperture? If you're photographing something that's moving, like someone riding a bike, the speed is more important. You want to freeze the motion or maybe even blur it on purpose. So you start by setting your shutter speed. But if your subject isn't moving, like a portrait, a quiet street, or a landscape, then it's more about how much of the scene you want in focus. That's aperture. And that's where you begin. Once you've picked the most important setting, shutter speed or aperture, you balance the other two around it. ISO always comes last. It's just there to help you when there's not enough light. So let's say you're taking a portrait, nothing's really moving and you want that soft, blurred background. In that case, aperture is the most important setting. You set it first to something wide, and then it will give you that shallow depth of field. Then you look at your shutter speed. If it's bright outside, even 1/200 or 1/500 of a second is usually fast enough to avoid any blur. If the photo looks too dark or too bright, adjust your shutter speed, and only if you're still not getting the exposure right, bring in ISO, just enough to get the light you need. Now, maybe you want more of the image in focus. You're shooting two people or want to show more of the background clearly. In that case, you close down the aperture, something like f5.6, f8, f11, and then it will give you a deeper focus. The trade-off is, a smaller aperture means less light. So you slow down your shutter speed to keep the image bright enough. If it's still too dark, that's when ISO comes in. Now, there's another side to this. If you want a slow shutter speed to show movement or blur, you go the other way. Slow your shutter speed down to get in more light. That's helpful in low light or when you want creative motion. But now you need to keep the camera still, maybe even use a tripod or track your subject carefully to avoid accidental blur. Avoid overexposure with a slow shutter speed. Close down your aperture and adjust ISO as needed. If you're still too bright or you want even more control in daylight, you might need an ND filter. I've made a video about that if you're curious on how filters work, and it's linked in the description. So to recap, shooting in manual mode isn't really complicated once you break it down. You start by asking, what matters most in this photo, shutter speed or aperture? If it's about freezing or blurring motion, you set shutter speed first. If it's about depth of field, start with aperture. Once you've locked in what matters creatively, balance the other two settings to get the right exposure. ISO always comes last. You don't have to get it perfect straight away. Just try a few times and you'll start to get a feel for it. And once it clicks, shooting in manual becomes second nature. You won't even have to think about it. I hope this helped make things a bit simpler. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'll try to help.